My first big festival as a shuffler was EDC Orlando. And the energy there really inspired me because I had never been around so many insanely talented individuals. And just being around that energy, you absorb it, and I think we absorb so much from watching each other dance and vibing with each other. So that was really big for me. And that was the first time I ever really liked like techno or trance music. And so that definitely opened a doorway for me as a dancer. And then I think also just moving to Colorado and really being connected with more individuals who dance. Like my growth was exponential from that point on. It's a lot easier to learn and to pick things up when you're around other people who can give you little tips and advice and pointers, and I'd been doing it on my own for so long that I just didn't really have a lot of that knowledge, the technical side of things. So that was really helpful. And then as a third and final thing, I think battling is something that's relatively new to me, but that definitely gave me a whole new perspective on shuffling and how to really bring your full self and your presence into your shuffling, because it's very easy to get lost in that flow state, and that's beautiful. But battling really requires you to show up and be present and very intentional with your music, your musicality, and your movement. And after doing the FDS battle in LA, I was just like, oh my gosh, it opened up so much for me. Like, it was just a game changer.
That's awesome. And we can probably unpack all of those, like, because I know like my first festival was pretty big. Just having the exposure, to individuals who you'd never seen on Instagram, like, they're in the flesh, like you can speak to them, you can get their input, feedback, and things like that. So I'd like to just go back to EDC Orlando. So you were exposed to different musical genres that you hadn't, been particularly maybe not keen on, beforehand. Maybe you knew about them, but it was a different way to, express yourself to those, types of music and whatnot. And then you got exposure to different shufflers. Was there anyone there? Was there a set there that you really vibed with? So either like an artist or like a friend, a new friend that you made.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many people. There's one person in particular that stands out to me, and it's funny. I was actually just messaging him on Instagram the other day and told him this exact thing of just how much seeing him dance impacted me in such a profound way. His name on Instagram is John Nee. I don't know his last name, but his name is John. And I remember seeing him at Dead Mouse's set, and that was kind of a different genre for me too, right? More like on the trancey, like progressive side of things. And his Running Man was just so beautiful and powerful, but sleek at the same time. And the way that his whole body moved in unison as he did his Running Man, I was just mind blown. I had never seen anyone so smooth. And it was very Melbourne, style of shuffling. And I went up to him and I was like, oh my God, how do you do that? Like, and he gave me a little tip on, just that full body integration, and bringing your shuffling up from your legs into your hip, into your torso, into your shoulders. And, I'll never forget that.
That's awesome. What was that your first exposure to like a Melbourne style? I guess in the flesh, like maybe you'd seen it on Instagram and stuff like that. But I know it hits different when you see it for yourself. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I think a lot of the shufflers at EDC Orlando were predominantly shapes. And so, that was the first time I remember that it really ever had that kind of like impact on me where I was like, whoa, like, what is this? There's something to this.
Yeah. There's something different out there
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't, been exposed to.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Very cool. So that was Dead Mouse. Do you think that was your favorite set of the festival?
It's hard to say. I saw so many people, and half the people I'm just wandering and, stumbling upon new music and stuff. The whole experience was really great, but that was definitely in the top. Yeah.
Got it. Do you think level ups were had during that festival?
Oh my God, so many level ups. I mean, it's crazy what can happen when you shuffle for 3 days straight, like just nonstop. And I think even like the shuffle challenge that we just ran, when you are like consistently every day shuffling, there's just that creativity and momentum just really builds on itself and does something different.
Yeah, for sure. And for the audience that doesn't know, yeah, me and Allie, we did a shuffle challenge with the, I guess, sponsored by the Mile High Shufflers. And every single day we had a certain movement or a concept that you had to perform. And we had like group chats and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. And it made I love them because it makes everyone kind of accountable to each other. And it's kind of a grind. You're doing it every day, whether you want to or not. And, some days you're inspired, some days you're not. So this was something that Allie actually put on last year, and it was just kind of her own little thing. And I was a part of it. And I saw the beauty in it, just being with other people who have committed to, dancing every single day. And I wanted to join up and do something with her in the same regard. And so we asked the Mile High Shufflers if they could just kind of like sponsor it on their page, and we would create the curriculum, and we did it, and it was pretty successful. What do you think?
Yeah, it was really awesome. I think so many people found a lot of value in it, which is really just the intention, is to give back to, the shufflers that come after us, because I know that I had so many people that gave me snippets of advice and that ran challenges. And I think that we should really try to continue that. That's one of the beautiful things about our culture. Is just that we want to keep fostering more and more. And we love to see anyone dancing and just help them be able to express themselves in the way that they want to express themselves. And being able to give back to the community in that way is definitely so fulfilling. And I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, that was very rewarding. Give me a high five, actually.